Jail's a cold and lonely place. A place where you can do a lot of thinking about right and wrong, about life and the choices we make. I know, I've called the Huskow home. I've checked into that Crowbar Hotel, and I want to tell you all about it. Only they won't let me have a pen, or my phone, or my glasses. Heck, they won't even let me have my shoelaces. And I love these shoelaces. Where did I go wrong? Was it stealing Mad magazines and toy soldiers as a kid? Or that time I was almost busted for getting high outside the Dallas airport? If only that Texas Ranger had scared me straight, I wouldn't be here now. Here is the Brookline Jail. Now is Monday, March 3rd. Just minutes ago, I was driving around looking for a parking place so I can take Peter Himmelman, Bob Dylan's Orthodox son-in-law, to Rami's for lunch before he goes to Bentley to lead a creativity training workshop. Peter's an amazing singer-songwriter who I've been listening to for 20 years, and he's finally here as part of the music festival, and I really want his time to be memorable. All of a sudden, a space opens up. Only it's on the other side of the street. So I do what any good Boston driver would do. I do a U-turn on Harvard Street when wow, wow, wow. On go the blue lights behind me. License and registration, please. Now this is where it gets interesting. This is on Monday, and I just bought the car on Thursday. Since I was transferring my old plates, legally I had 7 days to register it. Only, I didn't know that I also needed to have the bill of sale with me, and I don't. The cop, who wasn't very friendly to begin with, takes my license and registration. After a while, he returns, and he's even more perturbed. Did you know you're driving an unregistered vehicle and that your license expired in October? Who knew? Jeepers, officer, I had no idea. I didn't have any idea. But this officer is duty-bound to protect the public from someone joyriding in what could be a stolen '97 Volvo station wagon with Bob Dylan's son-in-law cruising for kosher falafel. And that, my friends, may well be the perfect idea for street crime in Brookline. Meanwhile, 2 other cruisers show up, all in front of KI, where I used to teach Hebrew school, for crying out loud. The half-dozen cops are conferring, but I need to get an answer as to whether they're going to tow the car away, because Peter Himmelman needs to get his falafel and get to Bentley on time. I step out of the car and try to explain that I'm the director of the Boston Jewish Music Festival. And that's one of our performers in the back seat. Put your hands against the vehicle. And as they cuff me and are about to take me in, I lean my head in the car and say to Peter, go get a falafel, I'll have someone meet you. Next stop, Brookline Jail. They take all my possessions, including my shoelaces, and I say to the duty guard, I really need to make a call so I can get Bob Dylan's son-in-law a ride to Bentley. So while he's waiting to see if I have any previous offenses in some place like the old Zayres on American Legion Highway or a certain Texas airport, he lets me make a quick call. Jim, I've been arrested. You need to get Peter Himmelman at Rami's and take him to Bentley right away. Now, once I was handcuffed, this became one of those rare experiences when I am both totally present and totally removed. Somehow, I am both in jail and also watching myself in jail. Next, I see him being fingerprinted. Only these days, there's no ink pad to stick my thumb in, no telltale signs of my wrongdoing. Instead, they roll my fingers across a scanner. What a letdown. Finally, they give me my phone to make a few calls. So here's a question for all the lawyers in the crowd. Is being in a place with no cell phone signal considered cruel and unusual punishment these days? Seriously, they warned me there might not be a signal. So I write a couple of texts, and the policeman has to step outside and hit send for me. A few minutes later, I'm taken to a different cell. Here at least, they give me one of those unfinished wool blankets you see in war movies or on homeless people. It's pretty clear I'm all alone on this cell block. Solitary for driving with an expired license? My only diversion is what appears to be a piece of modern art. It's half a hexagon of stainless steel built into the corner of my cell. On top is a sink and a water fountain. But at a 45-degree angle to the left is a toilet. A toilet and a water fountain, all in one stunning piece of stainless steel. Clearly, it's a powerful artistic statement about how cold and removed man has become from our natural functions. I am fascinated by it. Who designed it? Who chose it? And who on earth would want to drink water and go to the bathroom from the same appliance? 90 minutes later, I'm cuffed again and moved to a third cell before I'm called to court. I realize my time in the big house may be coming to an end, but something's missing. In all the jail movies you see, you always hear someone on the cell block singing something hopeful, something like, "Lean on me," or "He ain't heavy, he's my brother." I'm not hearing any of that. I'm not turning the page either. But there's no singer here. At least, if there's no singer in the movie, at least there's someone playing a harmonica. Who's in charge of the soundtrack here? Just as I complete that thought, a guy 2 cells down from me, who is clearly headed to 30 days in rehab, starts singing really loud. When I find myself in times of bubbles, Mother Mary, she loves you, yeah, yeah, yeah. Hey, Jude. Now, I hate medleys. But I'll make an exception for this one. Because whenever he gets to the part he can't remember, he just sings, "Viva Las Vegas! Viva Las Vegas!" Suitably serenaded, my jail experience is complete. Only not quite. When it's my turn to go up to the courthouse, they not only cuff me, they shackle my ankles. Which is a very inconvenient way to walk up a flight of stairs, especially without my shoelaces. But Debbie's waiting for me up there like the dutiful wife standing by her man. And I show her the cuffs. And mouth her, all I want to do is lie back on the chair and show her the shackles so she can take a picture. Not because it's so absurd, but because it will turn her on. She always had a thing for bad boys, and how she ended up with me, I'll never know.